So you're never going to believe what happened today. Saudi Arabia just cut ties with the US dollar. This is the first time in 100 years that the dollar has had a real challenge. Just so we're clear, Saudi Arabia is one of the richest countries in the world with oil. And the dollar has been backed by oil. It's been called the petrodollar. See, the dollar used to be backed by gold. For every dollar, there was a piece of gold backing every dollar. But in 1972, 3, around there, President Nixon took us off the gold standard. So ever since then, it's been backed by nothing but oil. Really nothing, though. That's why we're able to print as much as we want. That's why we have such inflation going on in the United States and around the world. So to stay in power, we forced countries to buy oil with the dollar and only the dollar. And if they didn't, we would go in, we'd invade their country, and we would blow them up. Well, you can't just go invade Russia and invade China. They're superpowers with nuclear weapons. There's nothing you can do. And those are two countries that said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to use the dollar. Now, they did to an extent, right? We slapped sanctions on them and stuff like that. So they did to an extent. We had partnerships with Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia said, no, we're only going to accept dollars. But that is no longer happening. Now, what does that mean for you and I? Well, that's where the BRICS nations comes in. You got Brazil, China, Russia, India. Now you got Saudi Arabia, and many other countries are joining the BRICS nations because they're sick and tired of the dollar. They're sick and tired of the United States and the warmongers. If the U.S. doesn't get their way, and I'm from America, I love the country, I love the concept, I love democracy, I love the republic, I love some of the people, not all of them, depends on which side you're leaning. But my point is, the country as a whole and the idea of America is beautiful. But the politicians have fucked everything up. They're fucking useless. So here we are today. And if this happens and 100+ countries break away from the dollar and 50% of the world's GDP stops using the dollar and starts using the yuan or a digital yuan or whatever it is, that is really bad for you and I. That means the United States will have to print more money faster and faster and faster, which eventually will turn into something called hyperinflation, where you're going to literally be waiting in line to get fucking bread. And you don't think that can happen in America? Okay, wait around and fucking see what happens. Instead of just waiting around, though, and saying, oh, that's never going to happen, or, okay, I'll do something if it happens, start buying different assets. And no, I don't mean buying homes. First of all, the average person just can't go buy a bunch of fucking houses. That's just, right? This is where I tell you guys, crypto, gold, silver, these things are going to come into play. As more dollars are printed, the Bitcoin, the crypto, the silver's value goes up. Okay? So you keep up with inflation. The money that you save into this won't dwindle away because of the money printing. Take my advice or not, but I promise you, this is going to be one of the best things, the best decisions you'll ever make. I'll say this just for legal purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But if you do your own research, or you just listen, but you do your own research if you want to. I've done thousands of hours of research on cryptocurrency, gold, silver, money, how it works, all these different things, what's going on in the world. I mean thousands of hours. And I can assure you, this is coming. Hyperinflation will happen in America. We are not invincible. As much as we want to think we are not invincible. Writing is on the wall. You see it. You see World War III. We're on the brink of World War III. But World War III may not be a nuclear war. World War III is probably going to be something to do with money and trade and oil, which could essentially turn into a war, like a real fucking war, like where we're invading countries and people are invading us and all this kind of shit. God, I hope not, but you never know. So anyways, at the end of the day, go do your own research. I promise you that this is going to happen. If you don't understand crypto, if you don't understand Bitcoin, gold, silver, why they're valuable, you need to go learn that first. Once you learn that, you'll understand why you don't want to keep holding on to dollars. So let me know if you have any questions.